Hello.
Wow.
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 Wow, that's right.
Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. This is sort of session 0.5 of Natural 6. Hey! We're a new actual play show featuring some of the, is it arrogant to say best? We're all on some of the most interesting talent in the British video games industry. We have a Kickstarter launching on Monday. We're very excited to be with you here today. I will pass over to our players to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Ben Starr, and I play Radian Thornbear. And Radian is a wood elf wizard. Woo!
There you go. Hi everyone, I'm Hollie Bennett. I used to be on YouTube a lot. I'm not anymore. But I'm playing Endelian Rinnan, who is a human fighter. You know what? That's all I'll say about her for now, I think.
Mysterious. Hi, I'm Doug Cockle. I'm playing Kelnis, who's a dragonborn. What else are we giving away here?
Want to say your class?
Oh, my class, I'm a druid.
Ooh.
Hello, I'm Aoife Wilson, and I will be playing Dolly de Winter, who is a tiefling bard.
Hello, I'm Alex Jordan, and while everyone else has got very lovely names, I'm going to be playing I. And I is a kobold rogue.
I'm Harry McEntire. I'm the DM. Hello. Shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes!
So, thousands of years ago, the gods were locked in a divine war as the forces of good, evil, order, and chaos did battle. And after millennia, the good gods, known as the virtuous, were victorious, and they ushered in a time known as the immortal peace. Driven by a desire to use this divine power to create rather than destroy, they called into existence Reliquiae, a great fertile crater surrounded on all sides by an impassable mountain range called the Alanites. And from the walking forests of Lathi to Seren, the inland sea, life flourishes here in all its forms. Yet, as ever, mortality mars whatever it touches. Reliquiae, whilst free from war, is not free from murder, lies, extortion, and cruelty. There are still dark corners of the world where nefarious deeds flourish, and many of those deeds, the doers of those deeds, are wandering souls who find their home in the web, an organization that offers protection and procurement and power at a price. The web is known as the last refuge of the desperate. If a family owes a debt they cannot pay, or a farmer wishes to settle an age-old score, or a scholar longs to discover something thought to be lost in the mists of time, they call on the web. For their eyes are as to the star in the sky, and the web is wide. And there are two ways you can pay for this help. One is the gold price, and the other is servitude. The greater and more distasteful the task, the more gold or time is required. And our players are agents of the web, bound to it until such time as their debt is paid. There is no other escape. The web is wide. So you have been in the city of Escalon for 3 days, preparing for the mission given to you by the Spinner, the skeletal lieutenant of the leader of the web. Your mission is to murder Alea Dakar, a high-born elf and heir to an influential ancestral seat, the lineage of which can be traced back to the creation of Reliquiae itself. And tonight there is a masked ball taking place in the Dakar family mansion, which sits on the Arat Hill, high in the aristocratic quarter of the city. And as the sun begins to set, casting the buildings in red and gold, you leave your lodgings and make your way up this hill, the outline, the silhouette of the limestone. And this path is is intricately paved and patterned. And each intersection you see painted in lapis lazuli colored paint, golden and blue trees, which are the symbol of the elven goddess Theolon. And as you near the high walls of this Dakar family estate, there are gates of wrought iron with apples embossed as emblems into them. And a crowd has started to converge, gather around these gates, all in brightly colored robes and all wearing elaborate masks, almost Venetian-style masks, which either partially or entirely cover their faces. So I would like you guys to describe the masks that you are wearing as you make your way in.
Radian is wearing a very, very long-nosed mask. It kind of points out with a tiny point at the end. It's kind of gold-plated, and it has, true to his own face, which is very scarred, it also has ornate decoration that almost could be mistaken for scars themselves. So even though it hides his face, it almost reveals a bit of a truth about himself, which makes him feel incredibly uncomfortable.
Endelian, why don't you tell us about your mask?
Endelian's mask, it's made of like bark, so it's got that texture of wood and bark to it. But it's an animal. It's in the shape of a mouse.
Why not?
Why not? Maybe it means something, maybe it doesn't. But yeah, it's little like bark, but it's ornately carved. It's not, look, it's been clobbered together. It is still have these little gold details to it. It's something very noble, very elegant, but it is a mouse.
Kelnis.
Kelnis is not a cosplayer per se. He wasn't really sure what to wear on his face for this ball, so he stuck his face in the leaves at the base of a tall oak tree, smeared some sap around, and he is wearing slightly desiccated leaves all over his face, and he just kind of picked some away from his mouth and his nostrils so that he can breathe and speak. Whether he can see or not is another thing.
Dolly.
So Dolly's mask is kind of split down the middle. On one side, it's got the sort of typical jester horns that end in bells that are just sort of jingling, along with, because Dolly's clothes are covered in gold rings and bells and sort of chains anyway, so she kind of jingles when she walks, but these bells just like add a little tinkle to it. But on the other side, it's black lace and twill that kind of like just trains out behind on the one side. It's kind of a little bit impractical because it's getting caught on one of her horns a little bit too much, but it adds a certain amount of drama that she quite likes.
I is a mess. I is a mess. I was never really known what masked balls are, so I used his wily ways over the last 3 days, broke into a couple of stores, and basically has taken a mishmash of other masks and basically broken them to try and fit his kobold face, pasted them together. One is kind of like, there's an eye hole which is enormous. One is a little bit too small, and has basically just got hold of some paint and kind of done that, and thinks he's done a phenomenal job, and is blending in perfectly with the upper classes.
So why don't you all roll me perception checks as you approach this gate? We're rolling. First roll.
First roll.
Woo!
And what's my?
Okay. And what do we get?
I rolled a natural 20.
Oh!
Yes!
Everything's going to
Thank you,
go
everyone.
great forever now.
I got an 11.
11.
Oh, I got an 8.
An 8.
I got a natural 2 with a +1.
A natural 2.
I got a
Wow.
5, so we are totally
Hey.
oblivious
Yes.
over here to anything.
Okay, so Endelian, Kelnis, Dolly, and I, you're taking in this sudden throng of people. After what were relatively quiet streets, everything has the feel of being quite civilized, quite decorous, almost regal. It's suddenly this cluster of people, of noise. You see a stout dwarf with a green mask that sort of diagonally bisects her face. And it's got this great big set of silver scales, 3 times the height of her head. And she's sort of tottering ever so slightly and trying to keep her head up. And you just hear her under her breath going, "Easy now, Martha, easy, don't make a fool of yourself." She's sort of trying to stay upright. But what you hear, Radian, with your natural 20, is you see a tall, willowy humanoid. You can't tell what their race is. They've got this blue mask, slits for eyes and jewels kind of dripping down it, almost like tears. And these jewels are hung on effervescent, sparkling threads, and it hangs down below their jawline. And it's something as they lean over to the person next to you, the tinkle of those gems, that kind of attracts your attention. And you hear them lean over and say, "Do you know if they actually have any in there?" I mean, I know Alea said he was going to try and get some, but it's really hard to get good somnium these days, like really hard to get good somnium. I don't know if they're checking bags either. God, are they checking bags? I hadn't even thought about it. And what you see as you get closer to this gate, all of you see this, is that 2 lines are forming. There are these elven guards, tall, kind of conical silver helmets with white plumes at the top of them. And they have scrolls of parchment. And they seem to be checking names, almost like a guest list. There's a left-hand queue that's forming and a right-hand queue that's forming. One always tells the truth, and one always... He doesn't, yeah.
Right, everyone, I've got a plan.
Oh, no.
They're not checking bags. I know this for a fact. Who has the basilisk's eye?
So as you refer to this, you remember, you have this memory of on your last mission given to you by the spinner, in which you slew and defeated a basilisk that seemed to be being kept as some kind of dark pet. As you were given your instructions, this pale skeletal figure, Lieutenant of the Web, casually walked over to this dead basilisk and with a swift action slit and dagger behind the back of the eyeball, prized the whole thing out and quickly placed it in a black velvet bag, which they gave to Dolly to look after.
Great.
Listen, they're not checking bags, obviously. Unfortunately, 2 of us definitely don't fit in here. I suggested we all come together, looking the same. It seems you've chosen to ignore all of the information we gave you.
I takes a beat and looks and just kind of in total disbelief, like a kind of looking around, and then looks up at Dolly and goes like this, like definitely thinking it's she and I that don't fit in.
What did you do with the mask that we gave you?
Looks back at Radian and simply says, "Mask?"
Kel, why are you not dressed like everyone else?
I didn't have a mask, so I stuck my face in the leaves.
Okay, this is embarrassing. The spinner needs us to do this in how long?
Not very long.
We have 24 hours before the power of this basilisk's eye ends.
Yeah.
We can't go in the front. They're not going to get through. Do we go around the side? Do we go through the left or the right? What do you reckon?
Roll me, with your nat 20 perception. These are high walls. These are high walls. They look like they would be scalable, but it's a tough sell to get 5 people over them.
Okay. Dolly, I defer to you. Left or right?
I mean, I've always liked left myself.
Allow me to roll something. Cool. So you join the left-hand queue, funneling into this single file. And little clusters of people. Sort of, you can see this very stoic-looking guard with pale blonde hair, ringleted, piercing blue eyes, and you hear sort of names being ticked off. And you get the impression very quickly that they are quite officious, quite haughty. And before you know it, the 5 of you are at the front of this queue. And he looks up and says, names?
Dolly immediately goes to the front of the group and says, "Hi, so this is really embarrassing, but we're going in tonight. We're supposed to be part of the entertainment later. As you can see, some of my group have lost their accoutrement, but I'm hoping to get it back in so we can chat to someone because we really need to sort this out, and we have like so much to sort before we go on. Can you let us in and we'll just like chat about it later in there?"
Roll me deception.
That is, that is a 13.
13. You're musicians.
Yes, that's right.
Right, well, they've already started the set. I mean,
Oh no, I know, but they're the warm-up act. You know, I don't want to put my fellow musicians down, but we're the main event.
Well, I mean, at least 2 of you don't look like you're dressed for this at all. There's only so much.
Yeah, but their kit, we came earlier to scope the place out, and they thought, well, we'll just leave it, and we'll come and put it on when we get there. Saves carrying stuff, you know? Like our instruments are in there, too.
As you're kind of getting involved in this sort of back and forth, and he seems kind of wavering. You sense he's wavering, but he's kind of still seems very unsure. You see that the other guard comes over, and he's got kind of almond-shaped eyes, dark hair, and he says, let me see your list, Ishtar. And the other guard sort of looks affronted and says, well, they're not actually on the list. They said they're musicians.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
Yeah, I saw them come in earlier. Yeah, they're musicians, Ishtar. You haven't had the latest update. That was sent down from on high. The Scion himself said he wanted them to be let in. And Ishtar kind of bristles, doesn't like being outranked, and says, if it's come from the Scion, then he probably would have told me himself. He's very busy, I'm sure. Says, yeah. Listen, sometimes these things happen. Sometimes chain of command gets forgotten. There's nothing to be done about it.
Dolly pats him on the shoulder and goes, it happens to us all sometimes.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Look, this happens to you all. And he sort of waves you through.
As we walk past, can I just say, I just turns around and completely thinking he's got it right, just goes,
It's
like
so
that.
embarrassing.
Two index
so
fingers up.
We'll work on that. Thank you.
And this guard who's helped you out leans into you, Dolly, and whispers, the web is wide.
Its eyes are as to the stars in the sky.
And he nods. And you make your way through these gates, and you're in an estate. You can see the mansion beyond, 3 stories high, a dome high up in the center of the roof. And there's a pathway that has been lit by burning braziers underneath these metal bowls. And you can smell perfumed herbs in oil. Everything feels suddenly like luxurious. And the light from the torches and the setting of the sun and the whole estate seems to be cloaked in gold. Kelnis. Just you roll me a perception check.
Cool, that's nice. That'll be a 22.
A 22. Okay, cool. Roll me nature with advantage. So roll twice and take the highest.
23.
What?
Okay, I think you're probably going to be fine.
And a 19.
Okay, cool. So, okay. Oh, this is going to be a
Get
nightmare.
all up now.
So as this pathway leads you through some groves of trees. And Kelnis, above the smell of the perfumed herbs, you smell something that is a really familiar scent to you that you recognize from your time in the walking forests of Lathi. It's a tree called Lamantine. And Lamantine is a tree renowned for three things. It has the most extraordinary scent. It's fresh and herbaceous and yet somehow sweet. It's like honeysuckle and verbena. It's like everything at once. Its leaves and flowers are unmatched in their beauty, but its berries are frighteningly toxic. And it's become slightly in vogue in this time of immortal peace for very, very high-ranking elves in particular to have this affectation where they grow these trees in their estates as kind of a sign of their power. A little bit like how some people, like to keep a tiger or a lion as this sort of display of like, I'm doing so well, nothing could possibly happen to me. And it's this sort of, it's also a kind of a reflection of their trust that society is civilized enough that no one will ever come for them. But what you notice is that in these groves of trees, on the left-hand side, there are 2 guards stood among these trees, and on the right-hand side, there is 1 guard among this grove of trees. I can leave you with that information. And you make your way towards the mansion itself. And you go in through these open gates that again have this apple emblem embossed on them. And you go into it, this huge room, a mezzanine floor on either side, arches along the edge of the central space. You can see there's more space off behind these arches, and these arches have been painted gold. And the entire back wall is glass, flooding in with the light of the setting sun. But the masks, the embroidery, the jewels on display, the finery of the city are all here. And it's like walking into a sunrise. It's extraordinary. And at the door, you are all greeted by some members of the household who are holding trays of drinks. Everybody just roll me a d20, no modifier.
Okay.
12.
11.
11.
6.
13.
13.
13. Oh, roll off. Yeah, roll off.
16.
15.
15, okay. You are the first one through. And you see, as you walk through, suddenly a tray of drinks that would have been above your head sort of drops into view. And you look up to see this this tiefling with curved horns leaning over and saying, "May I offer you a welcome drink?"
I reaches up and takes one and just goes, "We as a band."
So there are four glasses. There's a little sort of short, almost what looks like a kind of Japanese tea cup with a deep purple, thick-looking liquid in it. There is a large, bold glass with a liquid that frankly looks kind of urine yellow. There's a bubbling, sort of effervescent, butterscotch-colored tankard with a handle. And there is a clear liquid in a crystal flute.
So as he reaches, looks, sees, and then can I just a little around, sniffy, sort of a little sniff towards each one?
Roll me perception.
3.
You discern with a 3 that at least half of these are liquids.
Okay, I turn back to everyone, and I go, and I wink, but with the very small one, so no one can see it like this. And I reach up and I take the butterscotch-looking one.
Okay.
I don't like that smile.
You drink it, and it's thick. It's like honey or molasses. It's this rich, toffee apple, almost unbearable sweetness. And as it hits your palate, it starts to fizz, to effervesce, and you're aware of these bubbles building in your mouth, and you open your mouth, and brightly colored, different shaped bubbles sort of pour forth into the room. Roll me a D4.
I didn't know you could do that. What a good trick.
At least we can find him this way.
Right down the middle of the road, a 2.
You are silent for 2 minutes.
Yes.
I didn't know he could do
Open
that.
your
What a
mouth,
good trick.
unable to speak. You're trying to form words, but it's just bubbles, tetrahedrons and dodecahedrons and circles and half moons and stars and, rings, and then a ship goes through it because someone else blows a better one.
The whole time, I want to say as well, I is literally just kind of like gone back against a wall and is like this, literally, and is looking at everyone going,
Roll me an insight check, I.
okay, that's a 17.
Okay, you recognize you're not dying.
Okay.
There is a brief moment when you think, this is what it'll feel like, and then you go, no, hang on, it's a drink.
Okay.
And they're offering them to people at the door. It would be insanity to kill the guests that.
Okay, so as this is happening, the panic, it just kind of turns into then a realization and kind of like a... like this, turning around and kind of going...
So by this point, the four of you have seen the first drink drunk. What do you go for?
We don't.
So Radiant goes drinkless, and Delian?
We'll never say no to a drink, but, slightly noble background. You'd think if we were at a party like this, I might have some idea what's on that tray.
Okay, so you definitely... Okay, roll me history with advantage. You've been around the great and
12, and so 13 and 14.
good. Okay, so with a 14, you recognize the urine-looking one as lemon wine. Everyone hates lemon wine, but elves think it's the height of sophistication. But they only drink it at masked parties, so no one can see how much you go when you drink it. Reaches for the even the tiefling goes, that is a good choice as you sip your lemon wine.
Yes, it is. My face caving in on itself.
I think Kelness must be watching this with a certain amount of jealousy because Kelness has only had this particular wine on very, very special occasions. And
Yeah.
I think he's kind of watched Endelian take the wine and he's kind of leaning in going...
Roll me persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh, I've already got disadvantage on persuasion, so
Oh no, he didn't need this
3.
advantage.
I just scared Endelian to the other side of the room. I think.
I mean, Endelian, how does this feel?
Great.
You're fortunate in this moment, Kelnis, that Endelian's eyes are screwed shut so tight that she barely notices you hove into view. And by the time you realize that it's going very badly, you've managed to pull yourself back. Do you take a drink from the tray, or do you stay dry for now?
Well, what is Endelian doing with this drink?
She's just drunk it.
Oh, she drank it all?
Yeah, she drank it.
There's nothing
All right,
left.
that's how rumors start. I sip it.
She sipped decorously.
Yes, I'm circulating.
What's
Classy.
There's multiple of each. So there's still everything that you've seen other people drink. There's this clear liquid.
I'm after the yellow stuff.
You're after the
I
yellow
know this
stuff.
yellow
Roll
stuff.
me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, gosh.
You learn nothing.
You're not used to drinking this.
Me?
You said you've only drunk it a few times.
Well, yes, but they
Listen,
were good times.
I can only respond to things you improv.
Sick.
Right. It is so intense, and your senses, as we've already established, when you smelt the lamantine, are so powerful. You have disadvantage on your next perception check to smell anything, as this cloying, medicinal, bitter sourness just floods your palate.
Yeah, I think that...
It's like tiger balm. Dolly.
No more drinks for the lizards or the humans. Excuse me, sorry, hi. She takes 2 of the clear liquids, just for later.
Okay, cool. You're going to drink them now, or do you want to hang on?
I'm going to have a little sip of
You're
one.
going to have a little sip now. Okay. It tastes of it tastes kind of minerally, like water from a volcanic spring, but not sulfurous, just kind of like you can taste the metals, the minerals in it. And you have a kind of clarity. It's like a sharpener, and you have advantage on your next insight.
Well, I'll take that.
So what you will notice as you go into this room, apart from, to be fair, probably Kelnis at this point, is that at the back of the room, there is a little dais to the right-hand side. And there are musicians set up there. And they're playing this kind of... they've got these little gongs and bells and hand drums set up. It feels... these syncopated rhythms. It's kind of almost trance-like. Elves, the elven goddess Thealon, you would all know, is the goddess of music. And elven music is renowned for being kind of sort of musically impressive, but kind of impenetrable if you're not an elf. And you're never really convinced. Like, elves do a lot of stuff for show. And there's no greater indication of that than, lemon wine and this kind of intentionally opaque music. But in front of it, there are sort of people trying to sort of dance to a music with 9 beats in the bar and giving it like a really, really good go. Everyone roll me insight checks.
Also, can I just say, as this happens, I looked around at everyone and goes,
We is the band.
Bubbles, 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 bubbles.
7.
10.
21.
Yes, with advantage, 17.
17.
3.
3. Okay. So 17 and 21. What you remember, Dolly and Kelnis, you're here to find Alea Dakar, heir to the household, and you remember the apple emblems. You remember that as being a prominent household logo, badge almost. And you notice that the person who's been serving you drinks, they have little silver apple brooches. And the more you look around, you see more of these apple brooches on all the people holding glasses and holding trays. And it strikes you that this must mark members of the household.
I assume we're still standing by the person who was serving us drinks
Yeah,
before?
you are.
I'm just going to kind of like casually lean with my 2 drinks, because I'm double parked, and be like, so where is the host of this evening? Are they around? Like, we'd love to say hi, pay our respects.
Roll me persuasion.
Oh, that was a cocked. Can I roll it again?
Yeah, if it's cocked and it's not a 20, you can roll it
Okay,
again.
it was not a... Okay, that is 18. 18?
Yeah, 18.
Yeah.
Love that you almost gave
I
yourself
was like,
advantage.
wait a minute.
Yeah, they say it's a fellow tiefling that you're talking to, and she seems kind of a little bit louche about the whole thing, a little bit kind of too cool for it. And she's like, yeah, if you're looking for the Dakars, they'll be kind of mingling. Artem will be, I don't know, somewhere on the dance floor. I mean, only the 8 know where Eacta and Alea are. They mingle. I lose track of where they mingle. But Artem will be somewhere where there's music or booze, probably.
My kind of person.
What do the rest of you guys do? Start to take in the room, or you can start to move around?
I think I'm going to start to mingle.
Okay.
I've got my lemon wine still.
Yeah.
I imagine I'll nurse this for the rest of the evening. Or throw it at someone. But yeah, I'm going to start to have a little look around. If we think they're going to be around the dance floor, I'm not dancing, putting that out there now. But yeah, I'm going to have a little, what do I see?
Dolly is
gonna-
already dancing.
Yeah, I thought you
So
might
there
be,
are arches to your arches that show kind of other areas to your right to your left and to your right, and the dance floor ahead of you in front of the glass wall at the end, and you'd like to head towards the dance floor. Or do you want to go left or right?
I want to go left.
Okay. So you go underneath one of these arches, and you see this long table. The walls are covered in tapestries, and there's all kinds of people mingling around. Roll me a perception check, Endelian.
16.
16, cool. You see a slim figure. Down the far end is a like a bar. There's been a bar set up in a bay window with the barman sort of facing out into the space. And there's a figure standing off to the side that catches your eye. They're wearing golden robes, which are embroidered with green apples. And they have a plain white mask that sort of perfectly sculpts their face, but with these waves painted on it, like a foaming sea.
Again, with a noble background, would any of that stand out to me? Would I be like, oh, I recognize this or that?
You would.
Because I want to go and I want to start a conversation with this person.
You would know that is a You would know that is the symbol of the House of Dakar, these apples. It would stand to reason to you that is a person of significance. Roll me history.
10.
10. Okay. You know that Alea Dakar loves to be quite elaborate, is very passionate, is quite impulsive, and this doesn't strike you as the kind of mask he'd wear.
In that case, I'm not going to waste my time.
Okay.
I'm going to continue to circulate with my lemon wine that I don't want to drink, and I'm just going to, I'm going to go sort of go in a different direction.
Have a little shifty. So, Endelian's gone left. Where's Radian gone?
I have a question. These badges that they were wearing.
Yeah.
You said they showed that they were members of the family?
It looked like they were members of the household, as in household staff. Everyone holding drinks is wearing a silver apple. In fact, roll me perception.
That is a... that's a 9.
That's a 9. Okay, you see that there's a cluster of people who are being served by someone else wearing a silver apple brooch. You've got the apple brooches near the door. Beyond that, there isn't any. It's a kind of swirling color and light of these elaborate masks and robes, so you can't really make out anything more than that.
I'd like Radian to try and find a very secluded place in there. Is there any place in the room that Radian could go?
Yeah, there is. As you look, there's a kind of fireplace.
Yeah.
A hearth just to the left of the main entrance, which is kind of juts out enough into the room that if you went onto the blind side of it, you wouldn't be seen by many people.
Okay. So I could potentially go there and say cast disguise self.
Yeah. Roll me a stealth check to see how well you just sort of blend into the background here.
That's a 17 plus 5.
Oh my life. Oh my life.
Thank you.
My best laid plan.
Radian has left the room.
He has left. So yeah, you slip into the shadows unnoticed, and you get into this little alcove created by this extended hearth.
Yep.
And you cast disguise self.
So I... What do I do, everyone? What do I do? He turns into a giant dragon and kills everyone. No. So Radian goes into the secluded area, and he carries on him a little pendant. And so he kind of like holds this pendant and then concentrates and then turns himself into what he perceived to be a member of the household. So he turns himself into looking like a person who would serve members of the,
Okay, so here's what happens. Your mask disappears.
Yeah.
Your scars underneath your mask vanish. There is a sunken quality to your eyes. Your hair is neatly side-parted, black, well trimmed. Your clothes take on a less elaborate quality. You mimic some of the plainer-looking doublets, tunics, and hose of the household. And I'm assuming you create a small silver apple brooch on your lapel.
Could I cast Minor Illusion to do that, or just let's
You,
just assume
you
it's
can
all-
cast it. Well, disguise self, you can make your clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings look different.
So, firstly, Radian also catches a glimpse of himself. Radian hates the way that he looks. He is horrifically scarred. So he catches a glimpse of himself in reflection. And even though he looks quite simple, there's this sense of quite liking it, feeling normal, not being stared at, for once. And I think he would then try and make a beeline for Dolly.
Right, Dolly, where have you gone?
I'm on the dance floor.
Onto the dance floor.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way onto the dance floor through these kind of shifting, syncopated dancing. Give me a performance check as you try to blend in or not.
Oh, man. That's a 10.
It's a 10. It's a 10. A 10 in the context of a 9/4 bar is actually reasonably impressive. You're kind of making it work, and you catch sight of this one guy who's really going for it. He's throwing shapes with like an abandon and an enthusiasm that you've rarely seen, and he is wearing golden robes with green apples embroidered into them. And he has this mask which has these golden snakes kind of coming up out of it. They've these rubies in the eyes. And as he's dancing, it almost feels like the snakes are dancing and shifting with him. And with your 10 on a performance check, you kind of try to lock step with him. You can't quite follow what he's doing.
Can I intentionally spill my drink on him?
Yeah, roll me a sleight of hand check.
It's a 15.
A 15, yeah.
Oh,
Your-
sorry.
This,
This is clumsy of me.
so you had 2 drinks.
I did.
How many have you?
Just the one. I mean,
Just the one. Okay. So this drink goes all over him, and he kind of momentarily doubles back, goes,
I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. I was such a klutz. You were just doing your thing and everything. I feel like I've really ruined the moment.
no! And he just, like, immediately slurps. That's so fantastic. I mean, this is exactly what the once child would want. I mean, if we're not living, what the hell are we doing?
I so agree.
This is great. Honestly, I was really hoping someone would spill, just because I just love, when you're in a genuinely authentic moment with someone and you're like, this couldn't have happened any other way.
She throws the other drink over her shoulder.
This is insane.
So crazy.
Insane, and I'm so
wild.
into it. Roll me an insight.
That is an 18.
He's not troublingly into it, but he is definitely into it. He's like, just a real interaction, This is what these things are so good for. Like, everyone's so staged the whole time. I'm Artem, by the way.
I'm Dolly. Hi.
I'm Artem Dakar. This is sort of
Oh
the
my
pad. This is
gosh,
like
it's your party.
Well, I mean, it's not my party, it's the brothers. But he asked me what I thought. I booked the band.
Oh, so it is your party, really. I
mean, it's kind of like I do drinks, I do entertainment.
That's the most important stuff.
Yeah, he's like me. He mingles. He mingles and just like.
I bet he's too good to be down on the dance floor.
Yeah, he thinks.
Yeah.
But actually, I am a better dancer than him.
Oh, I would 100% believe it.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Where is he? Like, I mean, can we get him here and here for a dance-off?
Oh
like,
God, he'll be with the lackeys. He'll be with the lackeys. You know those. Just like I'd rather have a real, authentic interaction with someone.
I think that's what we're doing right
Actually,
now.
which is what we're doing now.
Uh-huh.
This is what the once wild would want. This is what she'd want. Roll me religion.
That is a 7.
Okay, you got no idea what he's talking about.
Just vibing.
But he's like, do you want to meet him?
Sure, why not?
I've been trying to say to him, like, Alea, get out there. Just stop pressing the flesh and actually press your mind.
You are
your
just
soul.
such a visionary.
And he's pointing everywhere on his body. He's like, yeah, sure. So he takes you by the hand, and he's like, we've got to. You see Radian, and actually, I don't think you won't be able to see because he's moving over to the right-hand side, but Kelnis and I, roll me perception checks to see if you notice this kind of hubbub and commotion. Go on, I.
What do you think it is?
What? Hey! I done a 1. What about you, Kelnis?
18.
18. So you see Dolly, who is being led over to the right-hand side. There seems to be this, in the front of the building, there's this nook, and Dolly is being led over by this masked figure, snakes, ruby eyes, golden robes with green apples. She's being led by the hand, and you see she's being followed by a guy he looks like a member of staff. He's got dark hair, neatly parted. He has a silver apple brooch. Roll me insight.
14.
14. This guy's on a mission. You don't know what, but this guy has plans.
Plans, you say?
Oh no.
Yes.
PvP. So you see Dolly kind of get dragged over into this corner and someone following her.
Okay, well, I think while things have been happening, Keltis has been kind of picking leaves out of his mouth, and, trying to get that taste of the yellow stuff and feeling a bit happy now as well. And he's having a little boogie, and he sees this going on, and he's just gonna kind of follow.
You follow along.
Follow along. Well, he's worried about Dolly,
Uh-huh.
of course, but he's wondering about this dude.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't know it's this dude.
No, how
No,
could
of course
he?
not. But he's wondering who this dude is who's following Dolly and the weird guy who's leading her off into a dark corner.
Absolutely. So you see Dolly getting led into this kind of corner, and it has window seats and bookshelves.
But I'm boogieing the whole way.
Oh,
by the way.
of course
Yeah,
you
it's
boog-
like-
Oh, I mean,
I'm
obviously.
assuming everyone's boogieing.
Oh,
all day.
yeah.
I mean,
Sorry.
No one's moved off beat.
Sorry, please, can I just, for the record, the man is also dancing all the way.
Yeah,
so I'm
yeah.
following, I'm on a mission,
Absolutely.
but I'm also never stop boogieing
No,
the whole time.
who would? Who would?
Boogieing
Who
with
would?
purpose.
You have a
Yeah.
boogie speed of 30 feet.
It's a shoulder shimmy.
Right. Hey.
And so as you're step ball changing your way across this kind of quite crowded space,
It's like with my nat 1, I have witnessed this moment with the drink and everything, and I immediately just reach over to a glass and just throw it on the person next to me.
Okay. Roll me. Roll me persuasion
Shenanigans.
with disadvantage, or performance with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh, for God's sake. I got a 5 and a nat 20.
No. Okay. You take a drink and you throw it to your immediate left.
And as I do, a little bubble goes like that, just out of my mouth as well.
You throw it into the. You throw it at your height, and it sort of plunges into the face of a curly, graying-haired, plump halfling.
And as it lands in their face, I go, interaction!
They splutter. You notice that they have a golden apple brooch on their chest. She puts her hands in her eyes and she wipes the. Let's hope it wasn't lemon wine. From. What are you doing? What is your plan?
And I reach around and grab another glass and then hand it to them, like spit it, and then just stand there and go.
Roll me persuasion with disadvantage. There's no other.
Okay. 5 again.
They say I should.
I bought this tray today. I'm going to get rid of this.
I'm gonna have them roll something. Okay, cool. You know, that kobolds aren't very common, aren't widely known about. They're quite in Reliquiae, they're kind of quite, they're very communal, they keep to themselves, they stay in their dens in the mountains, they very rarely venture into the big cities. And often you'll be mistaken for a small dragonborn. And this halfling looks at you and with kind of wide eyes and furious seems to take in your hand and goes, "Where are your parents?" And
is that where I appear?
Really well on a perception. They look round and they see Kelnis. They take you by the hand and they drag you towards this. And they say, you're looking down, you feel this tug on your robes, Kelnis. And there is this red-faced, not as literally as you're spitting leaves, but they're spitting feathers. This.
Oh my God.
You need, if you're going to bring a child to a sophisticated event, to have some awareness of where they are. This is your charge. It is not mine. I have an important job. And I've earned my respect. Take care of them. I don't want to see them out there alone again. Do you understand?
I feel very chastised. and I say, between my leaves,
I.
And I take the glass from them and throw it on Kelnis. and I do the wink again through the tiny one so it can't be seen. Just that.
At this moment, your power of speech returns, Kelnis, you just had a drink thrown over your midriff. This is what he does. This is what he did. Did he get this from you?
Yes.
And this halfling just throws their hands up in the air in despair. And as they're walking off, you see them sort of pointing to lots of the people with the silver brooches. And you, right, and goes, right, replenish the drinks, get in the kitchen, and points at you.
Yes. Ma'am, sir. Yes.
And you see, Radian, that the other members of staff are heading sort of just before they get to the dance floor through a little door on the right. But we'll stay for now inside this alcove. We'll go to Endelian. Endelian, you've been sort of scanning around. You've seen this figure that you don't think looks like Alea. What else would you like to take in or investigate?
I have a feeling that I've left the children alone, and it's probably caused a problem. So I feel like I would have a natural instinct of like, I haven't heard from them in a while. That's probably not a good sign with this lot.
Yep.
So maybe I need to go back to where they were and see if I can find them.
Yeah, like the place that you're told to be if you lose your mum in a supermarket.
Literally.
I believe that's called, is it the rally point?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
head to a rally point.
Hello, can you please come and collect your lizard?
Roll me perception with advantage as you're kind of looking out for your companions. So roll twice, take the highest.
15.
15. Okay, yeah. You see Dolly, you see Kelnis holding Ai's hand.
Again.
Radion is nowhere to be seen, but you see Dolly, Kelnis, and Ai. Dolly has her hand actually being held. You see two what look to be weird couples. Two of your companions, and then Dolly holding the hand of this other person who you haven't seen before in golden robes with green apples embroidered into them.
Okay, I think if what I learned from being in the other room, which is I'm looking for someone with that flair, right?
Yeah.
And that person didn't have it. So I'm guessing the fact that they're dragging Dolly along, the fact they've got the gold with the green apples, that's kind of the direction I need to be going in. But first of all, what the hell are you two doing?
I is getting involved.
I was boogieing.
Where's the wood elf? Where's the elf? You've lost him. Where did you put him? Where is he?
Can I have any sort of is there any sense in sniffing around to see if there's any scent or trace or anything like that?
You are determined to play an animal, aren't you? Yeah, I mean, sure. Roll me at perception, and I'll let you sort of see if Radian has a musk.
12.
Radian has a musk, but Radian
Wait,
is
what do
currently...
you do? Get a sniff.
Okay, one
Get a
sec.
sniff. Radian. If anyone could know Radian's musk, write down on your character sheet you have advantage on smell checks.
On Radiant
find
specifically?
Radiant.
Yeah, okay. Wonderful.
Forever. That's canon now.
Yes.
Radiant's must.
We've got to bottle it.
Special features, Radian's musk, within a 30-foot radius.
We're going to bottle that and sell that as a tier on Kickstarter.
Stretch goal!
Yay!
Also, literally can smell radiant.
With a 12, you catch a whisper of Radian, but it's not enough of a shout to follow.
Okay.
Radian's been here.
Okay, so I would like to shrug, but at the same time, I'd like to reach and just have with me, have with me one of these butter beer, whatever it is.
Absolutely.
Just have it on me.
A silencing toffee.
Yeah. I'm just butterscotching. I'm just going to keep hold of it, and I'm just sort of. So there's no sense of even a vague. No, I can't follow it, but no sense of a direction.
Okay.
It's just
Dolly, you are dragged into this corner. Alea. And a figure turns round. He's surrounded by 3 other masked people, but he's kind of taller than his brother. He has a mask in the shape of a tree. The trunk kind of tapering down almost like a goatee. It's this white gold and platinum with these beautiful golden leaves above his head. And Artem says, Alea, I've got to introduce you. I've just had the most genuine interaction I've had in a long time. And I just wanted you to be part of it. And he almost kind of ushers you towards Alea.
Dolly de Winter, hi, nice to meet you.
Alea Dakar takes your hand, holds it, brings his forehead almost to it, and drops your hand and says, by the music of the Wild One, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I mean, your brother's talked very, very well of you.
He's spoken very well of you as well, of course. I've rarely seen him so excited. Tell me, did you spill a drink down him?
I did.
Yeah, he loves that. He absolutely loves that.
Oh, I've inadvertently stumbled into something there. Yeah, I mean, how's the night going? He tells me you throw these parties, and it's just wonderful.
Well, you tell me how the night's going.
Well, it seems like people are getting into it. These events can be quite stuffy, I'm sure you know, but it seems lively.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself, Dolly de Winter. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. Did you... Artem, with the greatest respect, I was sort of in the middle of a conversation. Forgive me, I don't...
I'm so sorry.
Wish to be rude, Artem. And Artem's like, but it's so authentic! Yeah, well, I mean, if you'd like help yourself to drink...
You're doing business at a party, because, I mean, that's a bit stiff, isn't it?
Roll me persuasion.
It's a 20, dirty 20.
The real... He kind of bristles for a moment, feel as if he's been slightly besmirched, but then he recovers it. I mean, the mask helps. And he says, you see him sort of reach underneath his mask and sort of looks like he's sort of toying with his ear. And he says, well, the real party doesn't take place down here anyway.
Intriguing. Where does the real party take place?
I can show you if you like.
I mean, I'm here to party, so...
Well, if it's a party you want, it's a party you'll have. Right, come on, you lot. And immediately these sort of sycophantic, like, oh, yes, that would be marvelous. Artem, you stay here, man the dance floor. You know what I mean? Keep having those authentic interactions.
It's so fun to throw a drink on you.
Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, like, this is the great thing, is that every soul is like a uniquely cut gem, and we have opportunities to see our own light, like, refracted through them. It was such... Dolly de Winter, Dolly de Summer. I mean, I don't know, I'm riffing.
I've never heard that one before. That's so funny.
Towards the thing.
Jack off.
The three of you take this in. You see that Dolly and these three companions start to kind of leave this little alcove, and you notice that someone moves with them. A half-orc, kind of big, like a golden apple embossed into this shining breastplate, and they kind of move hand on a longsword. They start to kind of shadow Alea as he moves with Dolly through the party.
As they're led down, is there any sense that if we were to try and follow, there would be any resistance, or would be spotted, or like what's
you at the moment you'd just be moving through the party, like you'd be moving through the group.
Okay, I would like to attempt to.
So you start to track with them.
I think if I see moving off in that general direction, and I've
leading
seen
you by the hand.
Yeah.
Drink in the other.
Yeah.
So you start.
I'm moving with I. Yeah.
And Delian, you move with them. Radian, you are currently being handed trays of drinks by an extraordinarily frazzled man. Making canapes. There's fruit made of meat, there's meat made of fruit, there's fruit made of fruit, and there's meat made of meat. No one knows what the hell is going on, but you are being asked to like distribute these around the party. And it's this exhausted-looking guy going, I just need us to take them round. Honestly, anywhere will do. Just if I see another apple made of pork, another sausage made of orange, I am going to scream, get them out of my sight. And you're back out in the throng with canapes. And as you're pushed out with these trays, you almost bump into Alea Dakar. Or you bump into a man in a mask with Dolly. And he turns to you and says, follow us, bring those upstairs.
Right away, sir.
And you move towards a set of stairs at the back of the space. Dolly, Radian, Alea, and his three chums. there, as you approach the base of the stairs, I'm going to roll... Kelnis, roll me a raw luck check.
Raw luck.
Yeah, so just roll me a d20, no modifier.
8.
8. As you look over, this half-orc gets to the bottom of the stairs, and you hear Artem from the dance floor be like, Shog, let's have a real interaction. Let's just, like, I know you're not a dancer, but, like, we could wrestle, we could have a little, like, one of us could sort of see if we could throw a chair or just something that might be fun. I'm going to have Artem roll persuasion. Woohoo! That's a nat 1. So Shog, this half-orc, turns at the base of the stairs and goes, you can play your little games, Artem, but some of us actually have a job to do. And Artem goes, oh, God, you're boring. I hate to say it, Shog, but you're a real stick in the mud. Shog takes half a step towards Artem, and for a moment, it looks as if she's going to grab him by the throat in the middle of the dance floor, which buys the three of you time to roll me a stealth check.
Oh, jeez.
And try to get up the stairs.
21.
14.
21.
6.
Sorry. It wasn't a natural 6, was it? Was it a dirty 6?
No, it's
damn.
36.
Okay, that would have been exciting. Someone roll a 6.
No.
So
We haven't had one yet.
Endelian and I, as Shog's back is turned, you scutter, the pair of you, up the stairs, following Alea and the companions and Radian and Dolly through up the stairs and through a door. Kelnis, you turn.
I'm just hanging out with Shug.
At the base of the stairs, Shog turns around and goes, where do you think you're going?
Bathroom.
Bathroom. You've got to go through, it's all the way on the other side, lad. You've got to go through there. There's no bathrooms upstairs for the likes of yous.
But I really gotta go.
Well, that's not my problem. There's gardens out the front. Go under a tree or something if you're that bothered.
Okay. What do you do?
So as Kelnis kind of meanders around at the base of the stairs trying to find somewhere to have a pretend pee, the rest of you are led up through this door and up the stairs, and Alea opens a door and leads you, Dolly, his three companions, and he says to you, Radiant, put those on the card table and stay here in case we need any drinks. And he says, you think you want to have an actual party?
Of course I want to have an actual party.
Right, if you're serious, because you can't... Listen, I know I'm heir to the estate and everything, but I've still got parents, so you can't tell anyone if I've got something, all right?
She places a hand on his arm and goes, it's fine, don't worry, I'm here to party. And she casts Charm Person just in case.
Oh, okay.
So that is saving throw.
He has
wisdom saving throw.
As an elf, he has resistance. That was out the box. That was an 11. What is your spell save DC?
13.
Okay. He rolls a 12, which kind of sucks for me. So he sort of goes... Why... This is an authentic interaction.
It really, really is.
And he turns to his three companions and he's like, when was the last time I had an actual authentic interaction with you? And they look deeply uncomfortable. He's like, no, I'm serious. When was the last time? Lena, Fordwin, Tevant, when was the last time you said anything actually interesting? And he goes, go and get us, go and get us a load of the berries. Get us the berry drink. Go get us the berry drink. And they sort of, the three of them shuffle out. He says, God, you're, look, I don't mean to be rude earlier. You get kind of
It's the pressures of hosting. I know.
It is. It drives you mad. And I sometimes look at my brother and I'm like, you're a complete idiot. And sometimes I'm like, I think you've actually got it more right than the rest of us.
He doesn't get it.
Endelian and I, you see these three companions shuffling away, kind of really meek, going down the stairs, and the door to this room has been left ajar.
Yeah. I'd like to slip inside.
Roll me a stealth check. Okay, the room.
Apologies, I didn't mean to say it that way. Stealth check, that is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You are like whispers on the wind, boy. You disappear quicker than Radian's musk. You are.
And I smell it now.
Once you hit the room, there's a powerful funk coming off the waiter. You kind of slip inside. You immediately. There's like a card table in the center, and you're under the card table. You're hidden beneath the card table. And Delian, roll me stealth. Or you can try and front it out, and kind of come in and be persuasive and charming. You could come in bold as brass if you want.
They come in with intimidation.
You can try and intimidate him if you want.
All right. No.
Do it though. What happens? What will happen with this one?
That one? Right. Cool.
How will the one manifest?
And Delian appears in the door, trying to make herself. You hear these heavy footsteps, and you see your friend Endelian in the door, trying to make herself look as big as possible. Her scabbard catches on the edge of the door frame, and as she tries to take a step into the room, she is spun around by that scabbard. Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Come on. It's a 1 again.
You career headfirst into the card table. Roll me in fact, I'll roll it for you.
Great,
You
please.
take 4 points of bludgeoning damage from cracking your head. You see your friend collapse into the room.
Sorry, this is actually a private party. This is a private party.
Please don't say anything. I don't want to talk.
Is it a friend of yours or?
Acquaintance, more like.
An acquaintance of you is an authentic acquaintance of mine. I sometimes
so
think
sweet.
that our souls are all individually cut gems.
Yeah, sure.
It's so true.
Really
So you're now
individual.
the 4 of you in this room with Alea. There are a set of double doors that you can see lead out to a balcony. No one else is in this room. You were the only person in that corridor in Delhi, and the corridor is quiet. The door is still open.
So the lemon drink that is this beautiful, wonderful
It's not.
drink for the elves, they pretend. I would like to, through that, from under the table, I would like to cast Silent Image, a tray, it could be up to 15 foot, but a little table with a tray full of that lemon drink.
Lemon
out.
drink?
The one that the elves absolutely love.
Absolutely. So you create on a little. Where did you say you wanted
Just
it?
I create the image of a little table,
Yep.
and on it a tray with these drinks.
A little side table with lemony drinks. You need to maintain concentration on this for now.
I'm just under the table, just going.
That's how it works mechanically. Alea suddenly becomes aware of this tray of lemon drinks and looks at you and says, "You're good. You're really good, actually. I don't recognize you. Are you new? Are you agency?"
Yes. Unfortunately, someone came ill in the evening, and I had to step in. Your Grace.
Oh, don't call me Grace. Just call me Scion of House Dakar, my Lord Alea.
Scion of House Dakar, my Lord Alea.
Oh, don't, please. That's my father's title, soon to be mine. Yeah. No, great. Fancy a lemon wine? I mean,
I'm curious about that berry drink you were talking about before.
oh yeah, the berries. They'll kind of mess you up.
Oh,
They'll really
fun.
mess you up. Like it's microdosing, but it's like intense.
Oh, so that's
Pretty-
the party you were talking about.
Yeah, kind of. Or
Oh.
unless you're interested in something a little bit kooky.
I mean, I have.
It's still just a drug.
The berry drink's cute and all. I think I have something a little bit stronger, but you probably wouldn't be interested in that.
No. I'm into stuff.
Are you though?
Yeah, I mean, I'm mechanically charmed by you.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you're great. I mean, I just think, in this sort of intangible sense, you're great.
But I mean, if your friends are coming back, why don't we wait for them and we all do it together?
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, the more the merrier, if that's what you want.
I mean, Lord Alea, like it's this night is all about you. But sure. Why not? Why not right now? Why
Okay,
not?
cool,
It's just a little thing for both of us. And she takes the little pouch off her belt clip and says, "This is going to be pretty exciting." Now, I don't think you've ever really experienced something like this before. I know you like to party, but
Yeah, I love to party.
all right. And she's like, well, maybe take a look first, see what you think. Sort of proffers him the pouch, opens up,
Yeah.
and
Do you take it out, or do you...
no, she's going to let him have
She
a
just
look
holds it open. Okay. Yeah, cool. And he looks into this pouch, and I will have him roll a DC 12 Constitution saving throw. That is... It's a natural 6! Yay! We made it, guys. We made it. He has a +0. You see, he looks into it, and from his feet up, you've seen this happen once before.
Yes, we have.
This cold, grey pallor starts to overtake him as from his feet up, his robes turn to porous stone, his arms pinned by his sides, and he tries to turn his head, and he says, "What are you doing? What are you doing? No, I don't like it. I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind."
Dolly leans in and says, the web is wide.
What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I'm going to have him roll a second Constitution saving throw. He rolled a 9 + 0.
And its eyes are as to the stars in the sky.
Alea Dakar, panic in his eyes behind his white gold tree mask, is turned to stone.
Why don't you come in here and do your thing?
Can I?
Of course.
Can I swing my sword now?
You can swing your sword at Alea Dakar turned into stone. Sure. Make an attack with
shatter
advantage.
him. I'm going to shatter him.
He's
Please, for the
petrified.
love of God. Okay, that.
With advantage, roll twice.
Okay.
If you crit.
Okay, that's just a 12 there. But can I add my strength to that?
Yep, you add your strength and your proficiency, so it's whatever your weapon attack bonus is.
Oh God.
So, what's your strength bonus?
My strength bonus is +6.
Okay. Okay, yep, you hit.
So that's a 16.
Yep, you definitely hit the stone man.
Yeah, I hit the stone man. I mean, it's been a low bar for me this
Okay.
evening, so.
So, roll your damage from your short sword.
Okay, so that is a 2 + 4, so it's a 6.
6, and would you like to roll your offhand attack?
Yes, please.
Two weapon fighting on a petrified elf.
Yeah.
So D20 first, so roll your
Oh
attack
yeah,
first.
D20 first.
Add your 6 to it.
That's 16.
Okay, that's super hits. Yep.
Super hits. That is a 4 + 4, so that is an 8 piercing. Can I smash him?
Describe the way you smash Alea Dakar.
It is like slow motion, the way my offhand just comes up. The guy practically explodes. There is dust, there are pebbles, there are rocks. And his head, for some reason, is fine, and that just...
Onto the card table.
Onto the card table.
Yeah!
Did you find the bathroom, by the way?
I don't know. I'm still like this.
As you're looking for a bathroom, the guard who let you in appears in front of you, grabs you by the shoulder, and goes, "Where are they? Where are they?"
They're in the back.
They're in the back. Right, and he grabs you and he says, walk in front of me, I'll do the talking. And he walks you through. He's got insignia. He walks past. You see Shog still arguing with Artem on the dance floor. As Artem's like, it's honestly, we're going to have such a great time if you just loosen up. Shog turns around to see you, and the guard goes, hey, he needs to be up there. Alea's requested him personally. And Shog goes, right, fine, okay, fine, yeah. He goes up, and you walk into this room. There's like the dust of porous, broken stone, the air hanging thick with it, the last shafts of sunlight flooding in through the doors to the balcony, and the dust of what was once Alea is caught like little particles in sunbeams, and this stone head. And
Whoa. Before you swing the sword at me, I smell me.
I crawls out from under the table, still with drink in hand, and just goes,
with advantage, you roll it. There's always a roll. Baby. So perception with advantage.
12.
Plus?
Oh, God, yeah, sorry, 1 second. I was so caught up in the smell.
Bottle it, sell it.
Yeah, it's just a 12. I have no wisdom.
Describe your funk.
It's like a muddy old desk.
Oh.
Woody, but quite sweet. Oiled, but old. It's like an old artilleryman. It's almost unbearably musky. But some people really go for it.
So I smell him and go, ah, and just chucks the drink on it.
At which point, my disguise just evaporates.
And this guard takes in the scene with you, Kelnis, and this broad smile breaks across his face. And he says, the spinner sends his regards. He has another task for you. Head to the city of Alvelion. It's time to prepare for the deference. And that's our session.
Hey!
Thank you so much for coming, everybody.
Hey.
We're Natural 6. The Kickstarter goes live on Monday. Thank you so much for being here.
Woo! Hey!
Oh my goodness.